we are back here on Ilios. Apologies for the issues with the stream. Everything should be sorted back out now. We have Interrobang here at 99%. Looking to take the point back from Resurgence and finish it off here on the third round at Ilios. And that Riptide is going to find Resurgence's Ana. And it's just a matter of playing up here now for Interrobang. And Resurgence can throw all the bodies they want at the point here, but they are not taking it back from Interrobang. And as the overtime ticks away, it's Interrobang taking the third round here on Ilios, and it's map point.
Score 2-1.
And I'm surprised that both teams are sticking with their Mercy here. Interrobang's running Pharah and Mercy on this point.
5, 4, 3, 2.
And let's see what Chun-Li can do here for Interrobang. I think he'll make the difference between winning and losing this map for them, so let's see what he can do with that Riptire. Hater here on the Pharah for Interrobang. Connects onto Glow there. It's Interrobang with the upper edge of the fight here, and Genji gets rezzed on the side of Resurgence, but it looks like Interrobang just finishing off the last remaining members of Resurgence here. And they'll be able to take the point here on Ilios. Resurgence grouped up, coming back into point here.
This is gonna make you feel better.
And it looks like Yellow Plays has switched off that Genji in favour of McCree.
Up the volume. Let's up the tempo.
And Interrobang are feeding the charge of Resurgence Zarya. They're nearly full charge as they power onto the point here. McCree gets a good pick onto Pharah there. But can anything stop this full charge Zarya here? Not even a Riptire from Chun-Li can save Interrobang there as Resurgence take the point for the first time here on Ilios Lighthouse.
My ultimate is almost ready.
Oh, turn it up.
My ultimate is almost ready. Graviton Surge is ready.
Deadeye nearly coming out here from Yellow Plays. Let's see if he can do anything with it. He's looking to take out Chun-Li here, and he does it. That's a huge pick to start the fight, but he gets taken out by Hater on the side of Interrobang. Few ults being exchanged here. It's a rocket barrage coming out from Interrobang, but it only connects onto Rennie there, but that could be enough. And it looks like Interrobang might be able to flip the point back here in their favour. And they do. Fairly even 50-50 matchup here, but you get the sense that Interrobang have the upper edge here, and probably just a slight ultimate advantage. Though they do lose Hater early, forcing out the res there. And they lose their Mercy early, that's huge. And it looks like the point will once again be flipped back in the favour of Resurgence.
Hey, let's pick it up. My ultimate is almost ready.
My ultimate is charging.
Chung Lee's got the Riptide here for Interrobang, and if Resurgence are grouped up on the point, you feel like he might be able to get some value out of it. They've got a little bit of time to work here with Interrobang. But Chung Lee gets lost at the start of the fight, and he's not able to use that Riptide. Forces out the res on the side of Interrobang here. And here's that Riptide, and it connects onto Mercy and McCree. Chung Lee just finishing them off for good measure, but he gets taken out by the Reinhardt. Where's his team? Interrobang unable to follow up on that huge Riptide from Chung Lee there. And they lose the round. We're going to map 5 here, folks.
Score 2-2.
Remember your training, and we'll get through this just fine. I'll show them.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is where the first map is going to be decided, so let's get straight into it. Resurgence here, opting for the Pharah Mercy combo. And it works, taking the D.Va out of mech. Rennie able to take out the D.Va, but Chung Lee is fighting back here for Interrobang. Despite getting some early picks, it looks like Interrobang fighting back here. Just looking to finish off the last remaining members of Resurgence here in and around the point, and in and around the point. Members of Resurgence coming back onto the point here. Rennie on Pharah just getting damage in, uncontested here as well. He's able to take the D.Va out of suit. He's looking to finish off some squishies here trapped in the corner, but Chung Lee on Junkrat just dominating, especially in this confined space, and it looks like Interrobang will be able to hold on to their control of the point.
My ultimate is charging.
My ultimate is charging. Oh, yeah!
My ultimate is charging.
And for Interrobang, they have quite a significant ultimate advantage here. And a few ults online that they can use to hold Resurgence off the point, but that's a huge pick there. Yellow plays as McCree, gets onto Chung Lee, Interrobang's Junkrat. Mercy's able to come in and res it, and Chung Lee gets his revenge there on Yellow plays, but at what cost? Lots of trades and reses there. But meanwhile, Interrobang's able to hold control of the point, and there's really only one team push left for Resurgence. Yellow plays getting low here on the point. He's got his Deadeye. Could be huge, and that is a massive Graviton Surge. Chung Lee still off to the side of the point. And he takes his own life, and that is probably a good decision. Here at 99%, it's Resurgence taking the point for the first time on this map. And it's going to be hard for them to hold it, you have to say. Won't be long before Chong-Li gets another Riptire, and that could be all it takes to get the point back off of Resurgence. That's quite a significant pick there. Rennie gets on Pharah onto the enemy Mercy. Chong-Li loses his life there, also to Rennie on the Pharah, but Pharah gets taken out and promptly rezzed by Mercy. Resurgence doing a good job here, holding back Interrobang off the point. But it won't be long before Interrobang gets some pretty good ults up. And then you see the Valkyrie coming out from the side of Resurgence, trying to keep the team alive here on the point. And that's another Valkyrie coming out there from Interrobang. Self-destruct there on the point. And it looks like now Interrobang might be able to take the point back. Just Lucio there stalling for time, but Rennie not even able to get out that rocket barrage there. And an Earth Shatter onto no one, and it looks like Interrobang is able to take back the point here. And they win the first map here, Ilios.
Play of the game.
This is not your
I've been very impressed by Chong-Li's use of the Riptire throughout this map set here. Getting some pretty big kills. He's had a few few double kills on that Riptire. Very impressive.
Epic.
Brings a tear to my eye.
For those of you that didn't catch that, that was a substitution there on the side of Interrobang.
Traveling to Numbani.
And traveling to Numbani, indeed we are. I have to say, these two teams are pretty evenly matched up, so I'm looking forward to a good assault escort round here, and we'll see what each team has to offer. Looks like Resurgence will be opting for a Mercy here. And of course, Chong-Li on that signature Junkrat of his. And Interrobang will be running a Mercy of their own.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
I'm with you.
This place is the worst. Let's turn it into one big scrappy.
Lots of great places for Junkrat on this map to do some serious damage, so let's see what Chong-Li can do here on Numbani.
3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
And that's exactly what he'll want, them grouped up there on the top left of the point. And fire strike there from the Reinhardt doing a little bit of damage. But Interrobang will need to remember that Resurgence are running a Junkrat of their own, so it's deadly for both sides there. Chong-Li able to get a double kill off there. Can he finish off this Reinhardt? Yes he can, and it looks like Interrobang will be able to take the point pretty quickly here, but they'll need to finish off some of the high ground. They're really able to get a kill there onto Chong-Li up top, but he's not contesting the point. He gets pulled down by Orisa, but can Mercy finish off?
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Yeah, and that's Interrobang taking the point with quite a healthy time bank there.
Did someone call for it?
Chong-Li almost got a ripped, and he has his Riptire up. Is he going to use it straight away? Wait and see. A fair amount of damage there coming out from the side of Interrobang. Just pushing forward here. And that's Chong-Li bringing out the Riptire, and he connects onto the Pharah, and he's able to finish off Rennie there as well, coming in to challenge him. Is there anything Chong-Li cannot do on Junkrat? And he's able to get a kill there onto Reinhardt as well. And this payload is just surging forward, and they'll get point B here on Numbani with still nearly 6 minutes in the time bank. Chong-Li setting up a trap there up top. And you'll see there, Resurgence nearly have all of their ultimates ready to go. Both sides have a lot of ults to use here, so this could be quite interesting. That pulse bomb does not connect onto anyone from Tickle Me Dead. That'll be a self-destruct there from the side of Interrobang. Rennie with that tac visor able to connect onto 3 members of Interrobang. That's a huge tactical visor, and it looks like for the first time Resurgence might be able to hold this payload. And they're stalling out this D.Va here. But it looks like we've got a pause, so hold tight. And while we're waiting for this pause, we should just recap here. Interrobang have been able to push the payload almost right to the end. And they've still got 5 minutes in the time bank there, so it's going to be a big ask for Resurgence to hold back this payload for 5 minutes. You'll see Resurgence still have an Earth Shatter and a rocket barrage to work with, while Interrobang might be able to use this sound barrier offensively to push forward. But on the side of Interrobang, there aren't really many other ults around the corner for them, other than a pulse bomb. And knowing Chong-Li, he could be able to get that Riptire in a matter of seconds, so we'll see whether Resurgence can hold for 5 minutes or whether Interrobang continues steamrolling through and get full capture here on Numbani. We're just waiting for a member of Resurgence to connect back here. Resurgence are allowed another few minutes for their missing team member to connect back, but we'll stay paused until then. And it looks like Resurgence will get their support player back, and just in time too, as we unpause. Just brutally stalling out that Diva there. But it won't make much of a difference with 5 minutes still in the time bank for Interrobang. Reinhardt will be looking to use his Earth Shatter here.
Come here, get stabilized.
Chong-Li got his Riptire up here. Will be able to use it to push in here and now. He's going for it with that Riptire coming in around behind. He's only able to find Rennie with his Riptire, but that might be enough. As Resurgence use a res there on Pharah, and they're losing members, and they lose that Pharah again. We're getting some pretty shocking ping here, right? This might be all Interrobang needs to capture here with more than 3 minutes in the time bank. But Resurgence fighting back, getting 3 picks onto Interrobang. They might be able to hold them off. And they use a rocket barrage for good measure there. And they've held it with less than 2 meters to go.
My ultimate is almost ready.
They've still got 3 minutes to make a final push here,
Reporting for duty.
Interrobang. And they've got some ults coming online here. Chong-Li's almost got his Riptire back. They'll have Valkyrie and Diva Bomb. And that's the Tactical Visor just coming online as well. Still a long way off tactical visor there for Resurgence. And we'll see. That'll be the self-destruct coming out there from Interrobang. Doesn't find anyone, but Tickle Me Dad on Soldier does, and Yellow Blade's just not able to take out that Riptire in time as well. And Resurgence just not able to have any bodies on the payload there, and that'll be Interrobang going all the way.
Switching sides.
With 2 minutes on the clock, that's pretty impressive. It's weird if you're getting...
The humans who live here are fools to trust the Omnics. They will see.
Look after yourselves out there. I'll get us home safe.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
System check initiated. Green across the board and ready for action.
It's not fighting by your side.
You always wear charm.
Let's up the tempo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective.
Resurgence starting their attack here, and they've got work to do.
Let's get you healed up.
Ready on Farah here for Resurgence, and it looks like Chung Lee switched off Junkrat. He's now on Bastion for defense. Chung Lee on that Bastion, uncontested. He's able to take out Death Gun and Lynx on the side of Resurgence, and that'll be Interrobang. Sorry, Resurgence having to back off there.
Zarya, ready for duty.
Resurgence coming back in here. Rennie not far off a rocket barrage, but he's getting dangerously low here.
I am in power.
Mercy has Valkyrie up for the side of Interrobang now, but that Bastion's doing so much damage. Uncontested. Resurgence having a hard time finding an open here, and that's the ult out from Chung Lee there on Bastion. Bit of a scrappy fight here, but it looks like Interrobang can hold on here for now on this defense.
Pump up the volume. Group up. Nothing's gonna stop.
The respawn's coming in there for Resurgence. And both teams gonna have a few ults to work with here for this next push, but we're only got 2 minutes left for Resurgence to take first point.
Enemy contact.
Watching Chung Lei on this Bastion, he's getting pretty low, but he's getting killed there. Valkyrie coming in from both sides. Chung Lei still on Bastion doing work, just cleaning up the members of Resurgence, and that's Mercy being taken out of the sky. The yellow player sneaks up behind him and takes him out, and that'll be a revive going into Bastion there. This Bastion holding the point for Interrobang with just less than a minute to go now. Resurgence is going to need to get their stuff together to get onto point here.
Barrier activated.
No ults just yet on the side of Interrobang, but do they really need ultimates when they have Chung Lei here on Bastion? The Rhine shield down, and that's Rhine gone from the fight. And that's Diva out of suit as well. But Rini takes out Bastion. Bastion gets res, and looks like the Bastion ult is available now for Chung Lei, and he doesn't even need it. And that's Interrobang finishing it up, winning it.
Play of the game.
Team up for special attack.
Just waiting here to start the third and the final map. Interrobang with the 2-0 lead at the moment though. And we are going to Volskaya Industries.
I wonder how my friend is doing.
It'll be Interrobang defending here on the first round on Volskaya Industries. Interesting to see Chun-Li switch up to Roadhog. I've already seen him play both Junkrat and Bastion in the last two maps.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
The hunt begins.
Must violence always be the solution?
Both teams running a Mercy again on this third map, so despite the recent Mercy changes, they both seem very keen still to run that Mercy.
Defend objective A.
Resurgence here, trying to push straight in, it looks like. Soldier frozen there mid-air. Resurgence able to get the first 3 picks. Tikumi Dad able to trade one back onto Death Gun. But it looks like Resurgence has taken this point pretty easily. And they'll take that in less than 45 seconds. That's pretty good time, and they have now 7 minutes in the time bank to take the second point here, and it looks like they're just going straight for it. But Death Gun's lost early, and to trade back onto Salty. Dark Prince already has that Valkyrie up, and it looks like it's working out for them. With every member on the point here for Resurgence, it's hard to see how Interrobang are going to turn this back without getting any picks right here and right now. And Chun-Li on that Junkrat, not even able to stall out. But with no one on the point, it looks like it will be... Wow. Resurgence able to capture point B on Volskaya with 6 minutes left in the time bank. That is pretty damn impressive.
It's a perfect day for some mayhem.
Well, it's Resurgence proving that they're down but not out here. After losing the first 2 maps, they're able to put together quite a really impressive time that's going to be really hard for Interrobang to beat here on Volskaya Industries. Looks like Chun-Li back on his signature Junkrat, and he's going to need to, because he's going to have to work hard here for Interrobang to get some points on the board.
5, 1. Attackers incoming.
Looks like Resurgence grouped up at the back of the point there, allowing Interrobang to push on to point. And this could be deadly for them too, with the high ground advantage. It looks like it's deterring Interrobang a bit as they just wait back. Chonglei looking to flank behind the Resurgence set up there on the high ground. But immediately he's spotted by the enemy Winston. Interrobang on the point, which is going to force Resurgence off the high ground. And it looks like Lynx has somehow died. Interrobang here with a 2-man advantage. Let's see what they can do with it. Chonglei incredibly low there on Junkrat though. And it looks like Resurgence may just be able to save the point here. Very scrappy fight, but nevertheless, Resurgence are able to hold on there. And Interrobang not even able to get a single tick there. And we see now some ults about to come online for the next fight. Earthshatter already up there on the side of Interrobang. Not that they'll be able to use it just yet, as all the members of Resurgence are back on the high ground there. And already, nearly before the fight's even begun, it's Resurgence with quite a significant advantage, and you feel that was just an incredible waste of an Earthshatter, but they're able to get 2 picks with it. The Resurgence are able to trade it back, and they're going to be able to hold the point, and not even a tick came through there. I feel like using that Earthshatter was a huge waste when it could have been comboed with a Riptire or Pulse Bomb in the next fight. Just a minute 30 here for Interrobang, and it's going to be incredibly difficult for them even to take first point, let alone second point, and then there's that huge time bank for Resurgence. This high ground strategy seems to be working out very well here for Resurgence, because they're able just to do damage down onto the point. Graviton Surge comes in there on the side of Interrobang, as a tick does go through. Interrobang look like they're able just to get the kills that they need to take this point. Primal Raging Winston on point trying to stall it out, but it's not going to be enough, and it looks like with less than a minute to go, Interrobang are going to be able to take this first point, but they've still got a huge task ahead of them. They're going to need to capture point B in about 4 minutes, and then even if they do capture point B here, they've got to take on that enormous time bank from Resurgence, so if they want to push on to point, they're going to have to get it done pretty quickly here in Interrobang. Link's able to get a triple kill there on the Tac Visor, and that's going to halt any hope of a push from Interrobang as Resurgence clean up the final members there on the point. Not a good start there for Interrobang. Chonglei swapped over to that Roadhog there. Tickle Me Dad flanking behind Resurgence here on the Tracer, and looking for that Mercy and Zenyatta, both supports grouped up there on top. And if Tickle Me Dad had a Pulse Bomb there on the Tracer, that would have been deadly on the side of Resurgence, but Deathgun able to take out Tickle Me Dad there fairly easily, and it's just going to be clean up once again on the side of Resurgence. There's some questionable uses of abilities and ultimates here on the side of Interrobang this game. Mercer using a res there at the end of the fight that was clearly lost. And that Deathgun's Junkrat's proving to be pretty deadly, and it looks like for Resurgence they're going to have nearly, maybe all of their ultimates online for this next fight. There'll only be a slight ult advantage, as you can see on the side of Interrobang. Some more ultimates coming online for them as well. Chong-Li still a way off on that Pharah, having only just switched on off from Roadhog. Tickle Me Dad is looking for those support kills up top once again, and he's able to stick Mercy with a Pulse Bomb. Graviton Surge coming out there on the side of Interrobang, and that could be enough to take the point here. At least get a tick, but no, the contest is still coming in from Resurgence. That Death Blossom from Lynx does not find anyone, but Resurgence doing incredible job here, able to stall this out as they're using Valkyrie. And wow, this is hard to follow. Deathgun able to get a double kill there with a concussion mine, and well, this Resurgence holding on strong despite some early picks there on the side of Interrobang. And you just feel like with 1:30 to go, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Interrobang to do anything with just one ult. They used 5 ults in that fight and weren't able to get a single tick with it. Chong-Li has a rocket barrage, but it's going to have to find a lot of targets for it to do any good. That Riptide is up on the side of Resurgence as well, so all Deathgun needs is a few picks with that Riptide to halt any push on the side of Interrobang. But Interrobang getting some early picks in this fight as they're able to push onto the point. Using that rocket barrage, Chong-Li able to get 2 kills, promptly taken down, rezzed. But Deathgun with that huge Riptire. Deathgun just doing work here, making sure that Interrobang are unable to capture the point. And it looks like they might not even need that 6 minutes in the time bank. It's going to be hard here for Interrobang to take 2 ticks with just 1 ult. Huge ult advantage here on the side of Resurgence, and they get 2 early picks, and it's all done and dusted. Just doing the final bit of work here to get rid of those Interrobang members that are just trickling onto the point. And wow, after a very, very rocky start to this series, losing the first 2 maps, Resurgence have been very impressive here on Assault.
Play of the game.
Deathgun really showing up Chong-Li on that Junkrat in that match, and I think that made all the difference, to be honest. And you wonder why Chong-Li was not running Junkrat on that map after being so successful for them in the first 2 maps. But that'll be 2-1 in that series for Interrobang. Thanks for joining us in the stream here. Hope you've enjoyed the games, and